welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Carrie Fable. I go by Psypris online, and I am still trying to figure out what I want to do with this series. I call everything on my I was literally going to say computer. No, my channel. On my channel a series. It's just how my mind works. I am a natural born project manager. Inside joke. Anyway, so first, I just want to remind you that next week is when I will be volunteering at VO Atlanta. I still haven't gotten my schedule, so I guess there is always the option that they don't need me. I don't know. But yeah, so I am recording this a little bit earlier than I usually do. So if something pops up super big, over the weekend or something, you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't she cover that? It's because I recorded this before that happened. So I think I'm caught up with everything. I just want to let you guys know that there will not be a whatever this series is next Monday. I just have a little reminder video going up just to keep me in the algorithm because I certainly don't want to miss. So I've also decided, just like I am going to do with those who have passed on, I am just going to list in the description below some shareables, which were some articles that I wanted to kind of cover, but I don't really think would fit what this is right now. So this is the timestamp for the shareables, in which you can discover Isabela cosplay from Encanto. She looks so lovely. That dress is gorgeous. The voice actor for Ellie discussing Bella Ramsey's performance in The Last of Us. Did you watch the season finale? Because she was in that. Ashley, yes. There's also a video you can watch, 16 exciting games of 2023 and beyond that have stealth elements. You know, your girl loves stealth games, so I'm very excited. Also, just as a note, please don't click away to this. Wait till the end of the video because that would really help me and my algorithm life in YouTube. There's also a cool article, The Popularity of Mundane Video Games. Fell Harbor, my sister, loves playing slice of life type of games. And so yeah, apparently they do have a place, which, I mean, I knew, but there's an article talking about it. And then 10 video games created by accident. So there are stories about how they were developing one thing and they're like, oh, wait. And so it kind of spinned off into its own thing. So I thought that was cool. I have not watched that one all the way through, but it piqued my interest, so I marked it. So this first article delves into kind of true crime a little bit, and it is very serious sort, the allegations. But basically, YouTuber Manish Kashyap was arrested due to a fake video of showing him beating migrant workers. Yeah, so it's a little bit confusing, but he tweeted a video that went viral and got picked up, and that's how police got involved. It was proven that the video is fake. Quote, the accused made the fake video in a rented accommodation in the Patna's Bengali colony with the help of 2 persons on March 6th. He has confessed to the crime. The whole idea behind making a video in Patna was to mislead the police of Bihar and Tamil Nadu. They have cross-checked everything with the landlord, and they confirmed that the video was made in his house. Police have stated that Manish Kashyap has had criminal charges against him, which did include beatings. So he made this video with a few other people, and the video itself is fake, but he has a history of criminal violence. I don't understand what went through his mind and why he thought posting a fake video even of violence like that was a good idea. And so it's just gotten really muddied because it is getting connected in a case that has had misinformation spread that there was a murder, but it turned out to be self-inflicted unalivement. I'm learning from other people that I watch that you can't say certain words. And of course, I don't want to trigger anybody by saying that term itself because, again, I am a happy channel, so I'm not supposed to be talking about that kind of stuff. It was proven that that wasn't a crime scene, but it's still kind of connected. And now there's other videos, like I think they said over 30 videos that they found that are very kind of confusing. So this case is still building. If you guys are interested, I could definitely do a deep dive on it. But as I said, it skirts that line. It is now true crime. But I wanted to cover it because I want to cover more like YouTube news. How are all these people finding the really fun, like, oh, James Charles tweeted a picture of his booty, but then when I look, I get hard hitting depressing stuff. Maybe I need to start copying other people's channels. But anyway, so that article is down below. So, Frank Welker, he has been such an instrumental part in voiceover. And if you watch my other series, Name That Voice, he is going to be one of those episodes, like main, episode. Yeah, I'm going to have an episode per each voice actor. But I loved that his name popped up in the news. There was an article about 10 iconic cartoon characters voiced by Frank Welker. And I just wanted to say, the man has made a career off of making animal voices. And that's oversimplifying. He is a fantastic actor in his own right. And he has done, speaking roles, like he was Fred in Scooby-Doo. But like anytime you hear a character, an animal, kind of like Abu, who he talks but not really, that's most likely Frank Welker. He has what was the number? Over 860 film, television, and video game credits as of 2022. And he's only 77, so I don't believe he's retired. He is still doing it. And he's actually now also doing the convention scene. And I half credit Rob Paulson's Talking Tunes. It was his podcast where he would talk to other fellow voice actors. It's kind of my inspiration for Name That Voice. And I believe it was Rob who told Frank Welker of like, hey, you've got a lot of fans and these fans would love to meet you. And Frank has been can I call him Frank? Mr. Welker? That sounds weird. That sounds like a history teacher. Anyway, he is very humble. He is one of those that does it because he has the passion for it, not because he wants the recognition. And so he was like, what? No one wants to meet me. But yeah, he was kind of introduced to it. I think it was like around 2016 when he actually did like his first convention scene. But now when you go to his website, yeah, he's got a few of them on there. Like, awesome. I know some of them were dated from 2022, but we're getting into the convention scene, so I'm sure he's getting booked for new stuff that hasn't been announced yet. But yeah, so he is absolutely fantastic. And I just wanted to do a shout out because it's nice to have some positive stuff, So it's just, yeah, I didn't know he was Curious George. He was in the Ghostbusters TV animated series. Yeah, really, he has been in a lot, like I said, over 800, almost 900. So for me to name things, it'd be really difficult to do. But yeah, he is one of the most prolific voice actors of all time. And once again, these OG voice actors, who I call them, obviously, again, if you watch my other series, they're not the OG. The OGs are like long gone past, but the current OGs, like Jim Cummings, Frank Welker, those type of people, they all have just the most genuine personalities. They are just absolutely fantastic inspirations, not only to the career, but also how to live your life humbly, and not to get all like philosophical and stuff on you, but I just thought it was fun. I saw his name pop up and I said, oh, I gotta talk about Frank, good old Frank. So yes, it's fun. Just challenge yourself the next time you watch something, then you hear the voice, but you don't see a face. So a commercial, pretty much all radio, except for like, the shows and stuff like that. That's a little bit different, but cartoon, animated, CG, whether it's for children or for adults, video games, like there's a person that was standing in a booth doing that voice. Just like it blows your mind, you know. I was a little girl when when I realized that Fell Harbor helped me, and it doesn't make you lose the magic. It kind of adds to it that there's so much more behind your favorite series, and to know that so much heart and soul and dedication and sweat, because it can get hot in studios, went into it. It's really fantastic. And again, to know like when something, you don't even need to use words. I remember, let me look him up. Alan Tudyk. Why can't I say his name right? I'm sorry. He was the voice of Hey Hey from Moana. Hey Hey is that really stupid rooster. Can we just be frank? Alan is traditionally classically trained. He went to Juilliard. Like he is amazingly, trained. And then he does the voice of Hey Hey. So I think that kind of like really that's a beautiful example, illustration, embodiment. He takes his work very seriously. And I think that really shows through of like what you're doing can be super funny or silly, but there's so much more involved into it. And I don't think people really acknowledge that enough. That voice actors often get looked over because everyone thinks that they can do the job, and then they also hire face actors to take the roles because their name brings more clout. And so obviously I feel strongly about that. I would never be successful enough to be booked in a movie or something, but for my fellow voice actors, those that I look up to, it kind of sucks when they don't get the recognition that they deserve. And things have definitely gotten better as we're seeing and progressing again in my historical series. It's gotten better for quote unquote us. I mean, I'm not one of them, but I'm technically one of them on paper. But yeah, there's still a level of misrepresentation, I guess. I don't know. So I just wanted to bring that up. All right. And now some TikTok drama. And no, not about TikTok being banned. I was thinking about covering that, but I feel like things are still in the works and being decided. So there's not really anything I can really talk about on that. I do think it's funny. This is just my personal opinion, but TikTok is run by a Chinese company. And I think it's really funny that when some inappropriate content shows up on there and people are like, why is TikTok, not taking this down, blah, blah, blah. It's like, because they don't care, they're not like, I feel like we hold the US companies to a higher standard. So like if misinformation gets spread on Facebook, oh, that's Zuckerberg's issue. That's his fault. But TikTok doesn't work that way, in my opinion. Like it doesn't really care. And I just think it's funny that people try to treat it the same way. Like it's run differently, But anyway, that's just my opinion. But no, I wanted to talk about this whole Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber, Kylie Jenner drama because I saw it keep getting picked up. And I was like, okay, what is this? I see it all over, but I've never really read into it. So I've read into it. And I also have this it's called a complete breakdown. So I'm going to be using that to reference just to make sure I get the information correctly. But it's a lot of high school drama, and Selena Gomez even says that. So some backstory. Selena Gomez suffers from lupus. It's a very serious autoimmune disease. And in 2017, she had to get a kidney transplant because she would otherwise pass on. There is some side drama of that people don't think she's thankful enough to her kidney donor who was a childhood friend of hers. But she has, publicly made statements of thanks, and we don't know what she's done behind the scenes. I personally am a fan of Selena. I think she's one of the few grounded young actors out there. Anyway, so she has gone, public since that to explain, that she values her health more than anything. And the medications that she's on, these life-saving medications, cause her to gain some weight. So her weight is fluctuating. And she's like, you know what, though? I would rather be happy and healthy than supermodel skinny. And I think that's a great place to be. And I think that is what body positivity should be. Of there are outside factors. You try to live your life the most healthy that you can, but then you love the body that you're in. So I think that's great. But because of that, a lot of people either don't know or are, struggling with their own personal issues and overlook the facts behind what's going on for her. And so in January, Selena Gomez was, photographed going to the Golden Globes. And to quote the article, later that same evening, Hailey Bieber posted a TikTok to her page with the sound, "I'm not saying she deserves it, but God's timing is always right," which kind of connected with other comments of like fat shaming Selena. And so people took it to mean that that was directly a response to that. And so Hailey Bieber took it down and said, quote, "I never comment on this type of thing, but we were just having a girls' night and did a random TikTok sounds for fun. It's not directed at anyone." So people were connecting that. If you don't know, sorry, I should have started off. Selena Gomez used to date Justin Bieber when they were younger. Justin Bieber married Hailey Baldwin, yes, of the Baldwins. So his wife and his ex-girlfriend, supposedly they're trying to cause beef. I don't believe Selena wants that beef, and I don't know enough about Hailey to really talk one way or the other if things are being put on, but I am biased in this situation. I also did want to say, because you're like, well, what does this have to do with voices? Selena Gomez actually voices Mav. What is her name? Mavis. Sorry, I've not actually watched Hotel Transylvania all the way through, but there are a few movies out there. She voices Mavis. She also is Helga in Horton Hears a Who. She's Betsy the Giraffe in the Doolittle 2020 version, and she's Selena in Arthur, which I did not realize had 3 movies. She's also in Only Murders in the Building, which is super fun. She's been in a lot of stuff, but that was like most recently. So it's relevant to talk about her, I think. So Gomez responded to this first outbreak and just saying, "It's okay. I don't let these things get me down. Be nice to everyone." So she's just kind of being like, hey, just let it, let it ride. It's fine. But then in February, so 1 month after that kind of died down, Gomez posted quote, a video on her TikTok stories showing how she had messed up her eyebrows whilst doing her makeup. That same evening, Kylie Jenner, who is a good friend of Hailey Bieber, posted a selfie to her Instagram stories with the text, "This was an accident," placed directly over her eyebrow. Following the post, she posted a screenshot of a FaceTime call with Hailey and both of their eyebrows in the picture and tagged her in the story. So again, people are kind of reaching and they're like, now Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner are kind of teaming up. People are calling it Mean Girls or a bully against Selena Gomez and her physical features. So Kylie came out and said, "No, that's silly. You guys are reaching. I did not mean that." And Selena came out and said, "Yeah, agreed. That I didn't take it that way. It's fine. I like Kylie Jenner. It's fine." However, then a video came out of Hailey Bieber making a face when Taylor Swift came up. So Selena actually commented on that video with the response of, "So sorry, my best friend is and continues to be one of the best in the game." And this is the first time that, fans, said, hey, she's actually calling out Hailey. And yeah, I just again, it's fine if you don't like someone's music, but I just don't understand why you would publicly post that. And again, I didn't see these in real time, so maybe that wasn't at all, the reason for the video. It just came out and it was a visceral reaction or something.
Full of the meanest lyrics about a celebrity since Taylor Swift's last album.
But I don't know. It's kind of weird. So Selena then started commenting of "I love you" to people who were supporting her and saying that Hailey Bieber was kind of being a bully. And then she also took to social media saying she was taking a break from social media because she's 30 and too old for this. And I agree, this kind of beef is just unnecessary. I can see influencers doing this because it would raise awareness of them and themselves, who they are, kind of like that. Like Kylie Jenner is famous for being a part of the Kardashian-Jenner family. I know now, yes, any fans, I know she's big in the makeup industry and she's a model and stuff like that. So she's definitely made a name for herself, but she had that head start because of her family and who they were. I mean, I guess to an extent, Hailey Bieber as well. She's been in things, but again, I feel like she was only in things because she's a Baldwin. But maybe I am overstepping my boundaries. No one knows who I am, so my bangs are fake. Don't come for me. So whatever. But yeah, so it's getting all blown out of proportion, and I think it's half because I mean these stars are in that age range. I think, well, they're a little bit getting up there, but their fans are still the younger audience, younger population. And now with the way social media is, like, 10 years ago, I don't think this sort of thing really would have been public knowledge. But now that everything, like your thoughts are out there publicly somewhere, I think that that is what is exacerbating it. Because in the long scheme of things, it's just like that. It's petty middle school, high school. Oh, you don't fit in that shirt. Oh, your eyebrows are, not on fleek, that kind of stuff. But adding to that Selena has lupus and her weight gain is directly because of a very serious disease. And I guess technically it's from the medication, but she's only on that medication because she has this. It's kind of like making fun of someone who is a wheelchair user, or someone who is legally blind and needs to wear glasses, or someone who has to wear hearing aids because they're hearing impaired. Like making fun of those physical attributes because of other underlying issues is not acceptable. No one should body shame anyway, but it just makes it 10 times worse when there is a medical issue behind it. That's what I think. I don't know why this blew up so much, but I was tired of hearing about it and not really knowing. So I decided to read about it. And I said, you know what? I'm probably not the only one who has heard this, but didn't really know what's going on. That pretty much is it. It's just a lot of people picking on Selena because, not people, more, well, I guess, yes, people as well, but a few famous people such as Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner have been picking on physical attributes of Selena Gomez. And Selena does not want to be a part of it. She was sticking up for her friend, and that kind of snowballed all of these past things. I mean, we're only in March, people. Come on. Like just let it go. But anyway, yeah. So because of the connection of Justin Bieber, I think people are, I don't know that this would have been as big of a news as it is now if they didn't have that connection. So I think that's where it really is stemming from. And then they're trying to make their clicks, So as an aside, I did not realize that Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift were best friends. Like I knew they knew each other, but that was also news to me. So let me know in the comments below if you like that I just take, 2 or 3 articles and talk about those instead. I think that is the way I'm going to be leaning. I might actually just take one story for, that day, that week, whatever. As I said, I'm still kind of playing around with it. Next week is not going to have any news, and hopefully I'll have enough time to think about what I really want to do. So with this series, I don't know. I like calling things series, as I said. But anyway, as always, remember that you are loved, you are worthy, and whatever you are struggling with today will pass. Until next time, stay crazy.